Hello once again, fellow friends. This was so amazing and such a blessing. These are all blackberries, wild blackberry bushes. Careful, they do have thorns, but I can't wait until they all come mature. The few small ones that we did try that were black were so sweet. I can't wait until all these come ripen, and we're gonna come out here with buckets and pick.
First batch from my garlic harvest.
All right, this is all of our garlic that we've harvested over the past 3 days. Let's turn our scale on here. It's gonna read 0. Thank you for demonstrating. All right, Madison, stack the bowls on. Keep stacking the bowls on, girlfriend. Look at that, 20 pounds and 8 ounces of garlic, all harvested from our garden. I'm gonna call that an amazing harvest. Yes, as you heard the kids say, they were all seed garlic from M.I. Gardener. He's based out of Michigan. All of them came up and all of them made garlic cloves. It was the best harvest yet.
Yeah, yummy potatoes. Did it good and healthy and also good.
We started in on some potatoes and then it got too hot, so we went inside and we picked some of the holy basil. This little plant has turned into a bush. Nathan just loves to eat the basil right off the leaf. Me, I think it's a little strong just by itself, but he loves it by itself. And we picked them all off and we stacked them in our freeze dryer. We got 1 full mason jar of holy basil. My sweet Italian basil looks like it's almost ready to be picked and go into the freeze dryer, so stay tuned for that. The kids love to do teamwork and load the freeze dryer. Nathan finds it fun to put the little trays in, and then of course we are in the process of reading, so we go through very carefully and hit the correct buttons to start it. But I can't wait for more stuff to start coming out of the garden and have this freeze dryer running continuously to stock our pantries for winter and the beginning part of spring. It is such an amazing tool. If you don't have one, go to the link in the below and go get yourself a Harvest Right freeze dryer. Then Nathan asked, how does this window air conditioner work? And I thought this was a great opportunity to show him by building a mini air conditioner. So if you have a cooler or a bucket, a fan, and some freezer cubes, or even if you have water and you put it in a baggie and you put it in the freezer and you freeze that, those work too. You just have these 3 items, you can make yourself an air conditioner. So we told him that air blows through the air conditioner and it heats up, or it doesn't heat up, it cools down and blows past your copper, which is cold. So we have the fan and it blows past the ice cubes and out the holes on how an air conditioner works. He thought it was amazing. Plus, this kid likes to build everything. Like anything and everything that he could possibly think about building, he's trying. He goes outside and gets one piece of board and ends up screwing in 10 screws and puts in as many nails as he possibly can. And then he tries to paint it with watercolored paints. And he comes up to me and tells me that it is some elaborate robot. And I'm like, score. Sounds good. I think building a robot will probably be next on our to learn list. But on this night, he learned how an air conditioner worked. So instead of your copper coils, you have your blocks of ice. And you have your fan, which blows right past them and out the opposite side. He thought it was so cool. And then instead of using his air conditioner unit that's in his room to go to bed, he now uses this every night. He thinks it's amazing. And to see the smile on his face and to know that the knowledge is in his brain now is priceless. If you live in the South, you probably know about the weeds. We have a bucket load of weeds. And I can spend hours outside weeding and get nowhere. So I have weeds up and around all of my plants I have out there. The plants are still doing good. But this is our new plan. We do have a torch. We put it away for summer because we bring it out to light the wood burning stove. So we had a little lighter. But we're going to put down this tarp, weed fabric, and we are going to build boxes on top of it. We have a whole envision. And after we got all the weed fabric laid out and staked in, the heavens opened up and it rained. But that does not stop this amazing man. He's like, hey, I'm going to take over the dog deck. Yes, we have a deck that just the dogs go on and can seek shelter, and there's pillows and blankets, but he moved all the pillows and blankets to still build the shelf. I was like, okay. And he worked around the dogs. And the dogs worked around him. And everybody stayed dry. And this box got built. It's a pretty good storm, as you just saw the lightning. We have Aries there, the big one, and then we have Lilith, this little black one. We have no idea where they came from. They just appeared one day. But they are more than welcome to stay on this deck as long as they like. Here we are, after the rain, putting this box together. So we got these big posts to stick on there, and then the pieces of the long and short end of it are going to go on. We clamp down this post so the screw goes right on through, and the post doesn't move, and it stays put, and you don't have to go back and forth because your post moves out slightly and then go back out with screw and then try and realign it. Just clamp them. Makes your life so much easier. The next day, I went to work. Michael still had that day off. And he decided he's going to work without me, and then forgot to video it. But he put a whole bunch of twigs and logs at the bottom, and then he put some native dirt on top of that to fill it all in. And then our old chicken coop, he went in there and scooped out the run that has, of course, all the lovely chicken poop and straw and hay and everything, and filled this box all the way to the top. But he waited until I got home so we could finish it together with the little bit of garden soil that we did put on the top that we bought from the box store. So this whole row is going to have these boxes on it. And then this box is going to have a fence, a 5-foot fence that goes up to keep the deer out. Plus, I could also use the vertical space to grow beans or cucumbers, etc. up the fence, which is awesome. But until the beans, which is in the next row, are done, we're at a stalemate until we can flatten that area. But the beans are growing and doing good. And this is just the plain old $2 garden soil that we got at the box store. Over the course of the years, we're going to put worm casting and more compost and more manure, and eventually this will all be our dirt. But to get us started this year, box store. Yes, these are peeps. Halloween peeps. But I find roasting Halloween peeps are the best. The sugar caramelizes on the outside, which makes more of a crunch, a crispy crunch before you get to the melted, soft, ooey gooey marshmallow on the inside. Nathan likes to scorch his and burn his completely. Madison likes to lightly toast it. She also doesn't like it extremely hot. So then after she lightly toasts it, she waits until it's basically cooled off to the same temperature as the marshmallow started at. But you still have the crispy, sugarized, caramelized outside of the peep. After roasting the peeps, sparklers. We had a very fun 4th of July. I hope everybody else had a fun 4th of July. And I'm going to leave you with croaking bullfrogs. Until next time.